Hey everyone, my name is Wesley Flores. So today we're talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've now gotten two trailers, tons of merchandise reveals, popcorn bucket previews, and a bunch of fan theories that have completely taken over the internet by storm. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down both trailers, discussing the biggest moments, Easter eggs, hidden details, merchandise, popcorn buckets, and some theories that can possibly change the future of Spider-Man in the MCU if they recast Tom Holland for the reboot. Okay, so let's get started. Where is Peter Parker after No Way Home? Before we talk about these two Brand New Day trailers, we need to remember where Peter Parker was left at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Peter, he made the ultimate sacrifice, and he asked Doctor Strange to make everyone forget who Peter Parker was. Not who Spider-Man was, but who Peter Parker was. Not MJ, not Ned, not Happy, not the Avengers. Nobody remembers Peter Parker. That means Peter is completely alone, and that's exactly where Brand New Day seems to begin. The trailers show Peter living a much smaller and lonelier life than we've ever seen before. No Stark Tech, no team, no friends helping him. He's just Peter and the responsibility of being it's just Peter and the responsibility of being Spider-Man. Okay, trailer 1 breakdown. The first trailer immediately gives us a different vibe than previous Spider-Man movies. The city feels darker. Peter looks exhausted from all of him being Spider-Man, you know? The overall tone feels more serious. One thing that stood out to me was how much time the trailer spends showing Peter struggling as a person rather than just showing action scenes. It feels like Marvel wants us to see the emotional consequences of No Way Home, but then things start getting weird. Throughout the trailer, there are several moments where Peter appears different. His behavior seems off, his powers seem unstable, and there are hints that something is happening inside of his body. Like the organic webs, you know? Okay, so this leads us to one of the biggest theories surrounding the movie, the Man-Spider theory. For people who don't know, there have been storylines in Marvel Comics where Peter's spider powers mutate beyond what they're supposed to be. Instead of simply having spider abilities, he starts becoming more spider-like. The trailer seems to show Peter struggling with some sort of transformation. Marvel keeps showing us pieces of it, but refuses to explain what's actually happening. That usually means it's a major part of the story and the movie. Could Peter be turning into Man-Spider? Well, right now it honestly seems possible. But we don't know that yet. Scorpion finally returns. Another major reveal from the trailers is Scorpion. Fans have been waiting years for this character to become a real threat. Ever since his appearance in the Spider-Man Homecoming end credits, people have been asking when Marvel would bring him back, and now it finally looks like his time has come. But here's the thing. I don't think Scorpion is the main villain. Marvel has a history of hiding major villains in their marketing. I think Scorpion could be one of the threats Peter faces while a bigger villain is operating behind the scenes. You know, like in Spider-Man 2, the video game where we're chasing all the mechanic birds, and it was, Punisher joins the story. Then we have Frank Castle, also known as the Punisher. This is one of the reveals that got comic fans incredibly excited, because Spider-Man and Punisher are complete opposites. Spider-Man believes in saving people. Meanwhile, while Punisher believes in permanently stopping criminals. Seeing those two characters forced to work together could create some amazing scenes. And honestly, I can't wait to see their interactions. Now we lead into Hulk's role. As you know, Bruce Banner was in the trailer. Then the second trailer arrives and gives us our first major look at Hulk. Savage Hulk, not Smart Hulk. At first, Hulk's appearance seems random, but when you think about Peter possibly mutating, it actually makes sense. Bruce Banner has spent years dealing with transformations and losing control. If Peter is experiencing changes in his body, Hulk might be one of the few heroes who understands what he's going through. Some fans think Hulk becomes a mentor. Others think Peter's transformation could force them into a fight. Either possibility sounds awesome. The Marvel Rivals and Spider-Man PS4 connection. Now here's something I noticed online and people talking about is in the second trailer, Spider-Man performs a move that instantly reminded me of his ult in Marvel Rivals. The way he launches himself into the group of hand members and attacks multiple targets looked incredibly similar. It also reminded me of the finishers and combat animations from Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Well, not Marvel Spider-Man 2 because that superpower wasn't in there. Now, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's just Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things. But if you played those games, you probably noticed it too. The movement felt very familiar, and honestly, it was one of my favorite moments in the trailer because I caught that glimpse immediately. Okay, so that leads us to our next question, or our next theory. Who is Sadie Sink playing? Now let's talk about the biggest mystery, Sadie Sink's character, aka Max in Stranger Things. Marvel is being incredibly secretive about who she's playing. And whenever Marvel hides something this much, fans immediately start theorizing and posting online. Some people think she's going to be playing Jean Grey, while others think she's going to be playing Firestar. Some think she's playing a completely original MCU character. Personally, I think she's connected to one of the movie's biggest twists. Otherwise, why keep her identity hidden for this long, right? Okay, one of the most popular theories I've been seeing online is the symbiote. Another huge theory is the symbiote theory. At the end of No Way Home, part of Venom's symbiote was left behind in the end credits. Again, end credits. Marvel hasn't forgotten that. Some fans believe Peter's strange changes aren't actually mutations. Instead, they're connected to the symbiote. Imagine if Marvel is secretly setting up the black suit. That would completely change the future of Spider-Man in the MCU, once again, if Tom Holland is recasted. The popcorn buckets. Let's talk about the popcorn buckets. Now let's move away from the trailers for a second and talk about something that's become a huge part of movie culture. Popcorn buckets, themed around each and every movie. Movie theaters have been going absolutely crazy with collectible popcorn buckets lately. And Spider-Man Brand New Day looks like it's just now joining the trend. Fans are already talking about possible Spider-Man mask designs, web-themed buckets, and special collectibles tied directly to the movie. At this point, popcorn buckets are becoming collectibles, not things you just eat popcorn out of for the daily bugle. People aren't just buying them for popcorn anymore. They're putting them on shelves next to action figures and statues and Funko Pops. And honestly, I completely understand it. Hell, even I want this one, the Spider-Man Brand New Day mask. The merchandise is insane. Now let's talk about the merchandise, because Marvel is seriously going all out. One item that immediately caught my attention and my eye was the Spider-Man suit jacket at Hot Topic. This isn't just a hoodie with a Spider-Man logo. This thing is designed to look exactly like Spider-Man's suit. And the craziest part, it's a full zip, so you can zip the hoodie up too. The zipper goes all the way up and forms a mask. That's right, you can literally zip it up all the way and it resembles Spider-Man's mask. That's really cool for me. To be honest, it's really cool. The attention to detail is honestly incredible. What's interesting is that we've started seeing studios do this more often. We've seen similar jacket designs for the Fantastic Four First Steps, but it wasn't like full zip for the hoodie. And it didn't even have a hoodie. We also seen it with Superman. Studios are realizing that fans want more than just basic t-shirts. They want merchandise that actually feels connected to the characters. And I think this Spider-Man jacket is one of the coolest movie merchandise items released recently. If you wore that to a convention or, just as cosplay, everyone would instantly know what it is, and who you are. Marvel is clearly investing heavily in the marketing for this movie. We've got jackets, action figures, collectibles, posters, popcorn buckets, and probably a lot more still coming. My other theories that I would like to talk about is, other theories. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about some rapid fire fan theories. Could Daredevil show up? I honestly think so, because of Punisher being in the movie. Could Kingpin secretly be involved? Well, it's also possible. Could there be another Spider-Man cameo? People are definitely speculating. Could Peter finally tell MJ who he is again? That's one of the biggest questions heading into this movie. Yeah, whatever. The fun part about Spider-Man movies is that everyone has a theory. And right now, nobody really knows what's going to happen. My final thoughts. Overall, Spider-Man Brand New Day is shaping up to be one of the most interesting Spider-Man movies, we've ever gotten. We have Peter completely alone. We have Punisher, the best fucking supervillain or superhero or anti-villain. We have Scorpion. We have Sadie Sink's mystery character. We have possible mutations. We have the symbiote theory. We have merchandise everywhere. And we also have collectible popcorn buckets. And we still don't know the full story. That's exactly how a great Spider-Man movie should be. But now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest theory on this movie? Do you think Peter is becoming Man-Spider? Do you think the symbiote is involved? Who do you think Sadie Sink is playing? And are you picking up that Spider-Man jacket or one of the popcorn buckets when the movie releases July 31st? Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.